In April 1895, 40-year-old Oscar Wilde sued the Marquess of Queensberry for criminal libel. Queensberry was defended by Edward Carson, whom Wilde knew from his time at Trinity College in Dublin. No doubt he will perform his task with the added bitterness of an old friend, Oscar remarked. In court, Wilde fended Carson off beautifully, putting on a performance as entertaining as anything he had written for the stage.
Sir Edward Carson asked Wilde about his drinking habits, and Wilde said,
"You know, I drink iced champagne against my doctor's orders." And Carson said, "Never mind your doctor's orders."
Wilde said, "I never do." Laughter in court. Carson made a look a fool, face getting redder.
Carson questioned Wilde about the morality of Dorian Gray and read aloud a love letter that Wilde had sent to Bosie. "Is that an ordinary letter?" Carson demanded to know. "Everything I write is extraordinary," replied Wilde.
He was unaware that Carson was leading him down a specific path, and it's the moment when Carson says about a young man at Oxford, "Did you kiss him?"
He said, "No, I didn't kiss him. He was a particularly ugly boy," which he probably found it irresistible to say, but was one of those things, if you hear your client say it in court, your heart sinks to your boots.
And then Carson goes straight for the jugular and says, "Is that the reason you didn't kiss him?" And of course, by that stage, he's lost. That basically is the pivotal point in the whole trial.
Laughter in the courtroom stopped, and Wilde soon learned that Queensberry had put together a solid defense.
It was clear that the waiting room was full of rent boys who were going to give evidence against Wilde. So the whole trial turned from being rather majestic entertainment to being a terrifying event, which he then dropped.
Queensberry had won, and the libel trial was over. But evidence of Oscar Wilde's double life had been exposed. On April 5th, he was arrested and charged with gross indecency under the Criminal Law Amendment.
At the time of Oscar's arrest, his friend Ada Leverson said he was as famous, as well known as the Bank of England, though he was not nearly as solvent. He was the man of the moment. So his fall, when it came, was precipitous, instantaneous, and very, very frightening.
Oscar's name was removed from playbills. He was shunned by London society, his belongings auctioned by creditors to satisfy the debt he and Bosie had amassed.
He was made into a sort of public urinal where all the sort of bitterness and sexual frustration and double standards of the time could be vented on him.
Wilde's friends, his wife Constance, and even Bosie urged him to flee England, but he ignored their advice.
"I decided it was nobler and more beautiful to stay. I did not want to be called a coward or a deserter. A false name, a disguise, a hunted life, all that is not for me."